I believe that my purpose, and not just believe, I know for sure that my purpose is to heal. I am a healer, and I use various holistic health practices to heal not only myself but others as well. That's who I am, and that's what I contribute, and that's what I'll be bringing, and I'll bring more of it. Peace and light, y'all. So it's crazy because yesterday I recorded a 1 week update and I was fine. But today is day 8 and Bali belly has hit me. It's like an infection that you get from eating foreign food and it's causing like a lot of vomit and weakness. I can barely walk. Yeah, so I'm just staying hydrated and I'm taking some antibiotics. They said it can last anywhere from 24 hours to 2 weeks. So I will be well soon. I'll keep y'all updated. Much peace and light. Thank you for the support. Peace and light, y'all. So today is day 9, and I have been struck with the Bali belly bug. So Bali belly is an infectious disease that you get from eating foreign food. And needless to say, it is trying to take me out the game, okay? A lot of vomiting, a lot of weakness. Like today is the first day that I've actually been able to get up and walk in about 2 days. I haven't been able to walk. I've just been like bedridden. I've just been bedridden. I've been drinking a lot of tea, eating a lot of fruits, which probably is not the best thing because I shouldn't be eating raw stuff, but I don't eat meat, so fruits and vegetables are really like my main go-to. But yeah, I've been eating a lot of fruit and just trying to wait for it to pass. It's just been a lot of vomiting and stuff. Today I haven't thrown up. It's about 10 a.m. and I haven't thrown up yet, so that's progress. But day by day, step by step, I will be well, and I am well. Day by day, step by step. Much peace, much light, much prosperity. Thank you for the love and support, and I'll check back in soon. Hopefully, I am cured by then. Peace. Thankfully, it only took me about 4 days of clear soups, fresh fruit smoothies, and a lot of greens and vegetables, liquefied greens and vegetables, like you see here in the photo, that helped cure me from Bali belly. I was blessed and so grateful that I had moved to the ashram because they had everything I needed, including room service, to bring me the things that I needed, and it helped me be cured. It was a lot of time spending days in my room listening to the rain fall, and just really contemplating and being grateful that I was where I was and I had this opportunity, even though I was sick, even though I was not feeling well. I was grateful that I was in such a beautiful space and I could still hear the meditation happening upstairs at the ashram. I could still participate in yoga when I was able to finally like be up and move my body, and all of that was very healing for me. But what was most healing was having the opportunity to hear this rain. Rain is so cleansing for me, and it seemed like it cleansed away my sickness because in a matter of no time, I was up, sitting back by the pool, and slowly but surely started enjoying solid fruits instead of liquefied fruits and vegetables, the Balinese coffee, which they say has a lot of healing properties, and just getting back to me. Y'all, your girl is back in the game. No more Bali belly. I'm feeling good. I have not thrown up. My fever is gone. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling refreshed. Are you back in the game? I'm back in the game. I was so happy just to be back to myself. As soon as I got back on my feet fully, I went right back to yoga and meditation. The ashram offers free yoga and meditation to residents of the ashram, but if you don't stay there, if you stay anywhere else in Bali, you can join the classes for about $5 a day, and it is such a beautiful experience. I also had the pleasure of attending full moon ceremonies that was hosted by the guru, Katut Asanan. The guru is the owner of the ashram and he leads a lot of meditation and full moon ceremony sessions as well as yoga, which I'll show in another vlog. But the guru taught us so much about what he's learned over time through studying, through meditation, and I also received a lot of my own personal revelations about the guide to true happiness, joy, and freedom. Peace and light, y'all. So it is full moon time, and during the full moon, I choose to sit in a space of gratitude. That is a part of my sacred full moon ceremony. So in order to sit in a space of gratitude, I like to think of everything I'm grateful for. And I choose to speak it out, and I write it out. And then I speak it out again. So I make lists of everything that I'm grateful for, from the breath that I'm breathing to something that I tasted, smelt, felt, heard, everything that I'm grateful for, things that you've accomplished, anything. Think about it, speak about it, write about it, and then speak it some more. Okay? And watch how much better your next cycle is. When you live in a space of gratitude, you are truly living. Be grateful, y'all, and enjoy this full moon. Take in all this sacred energy, and I promise you, you'll see a difference. And I definitely saw and felt the difference. Although as a solo traveler, I was alone, I never felt lonely. I was constantly seeing new things, learning the culture, meeting new people, and just really enjoying myself. And I think the reason that I enjoyed myself most of all is because I was open. So he is selling durian.
Oh, yes, I've heard all about it. Oh, no, I've never heard about it.
Do you smell it from here? You smell it?
I only know from the textbook. No.
Oh my. I was open to meeting new people and trying new things and just exploring this world. Yes, I was alone, but once again, I was never lonely. I had met a lot of solo travelers from Australia and Germany and all over the world. Sometimes we would go out together and we would have lunch and breakfast and dinner, and we would just roam and just get to know each other and get to know the land most of all. We also ate amazing food in Bali. As a vegetarian, there are so many great options. This is a veggie burger that I ordered while at the resort, and it is pure vegetables. You know, no soy, none of that other like compacted, pureed anything. Pure vegetables. Everything is fresh and good. Yes, I had Bali belly, so I was very nervous to eat the raw fruits and vegetables again, but I also felt like I had kind of built up an immunity, so whatever. But they didn't just only have raw fruits and vegetables. They had these vegan nachos. The cheese is vegan. Everything was vegan. They had great drinks, mojitos and cosmopolitans, because Bali is also a tourist place, so they adapted to the tourists a lot. But beyond the food, the spiritual life was also amazing. I had learned so much about the Hindu culture. I had traveled around Bali and just really learned to pray and meditate in ways that I never had explored before through Hinduism, and I was so grateful for that. I learned new meditation practices. I learned to appreciate the different gods and goddesses in the Hindu culture. I learned to have a respect for the values and the culture of other people when it came to spirituality, when it came to understanding whom people worship and why they choose to worship that thing or that person. And being at the ashram definitely helped. There was always some sort of meditation ceremony or dedication going on at the ashram, and I learned so much about them. Sometimes I would just sit and listen, and sometimes I would join in. I would ask questions, and when you are solo traveling or just traveling in general, the best thing you can do is ask questions. And they were always happy to answer and explain what god or goddess the ceremony was for, why they were giving specific offerings, what they were saying when they were praying and chanting, why they were praying and chanting, and so many other questions I would ask, and they were happy to answer. They seemed to enjoy my curiosity and somewhat appreciated. They would welcome me in to pray with them and meditate with them. Sometimes we would pray and meditate from sunup to sundown, only breaking for food and yoga. That's all. So while I was here in Bali, it was truly a spiritual endeavor. It was a spiritual experience, and I couldn't help but to be grateful. the dedication to their religion and to worshiping and giving gratitude was just beautiful. And at the end of it all, they would break to feast together as a family. They would all sit in unison and they would eat and share laughs and stories for the day. And it was just such a beautiful thing to observe. And it reminded me of the value of true happiness and gratitude. I am so grateful once again for this experience because it completely changed me as a person and taught me that people, like this young man in this photo, are centered around love and sharing and the value of just understanding why we must share our experiences and our knowledge with each other. So I am sharing. Peace and light, y'all. I just want to share this beautiful view that I'm observing. Look at this. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And did I mention how amazing the food is? I told you guys I am a foodie, and Bali did not disappoint. From the pastries to the coffee to the dinners, my friends and I were so happy. I met some beautiful tourist ladies. As I said, they were also all solo travelers from all over the world, and we would sit at breakfast and lunch and we would feast and enjoy the flavors that Bali had to offer. We were never disappointed, you guys, ever. And if you stay on the resort, most of this stuff is free. And keep in mind, I'm not being sponsored by this resort at all. It's Omham. I just want everyone who visits Bali to have this beautiful experience and be able to feast and meditate and have this amazing spiritual awakening that I experienced while I was here. So just as we feasted on some of the photos of this food, let's feast on some of these lessons that I learned while I was in Bali. Peace and light, everyone. So I want to record this video about happiness and like a guide to happiness, right? So I find a lot of people who say like, how can I be happy and how does happiness work? And I think it's important for me to share this information. You know, it's like kind of like having that good piece of food and you just want everybody to taste it so they can taste just how good it is for you. Since I was a little girl, people would ask me like, what do you want to be when you get older? And I would honestly say happy, you know, and I remember being laughed at for that response. And I remember some friends saying like, you know, we don't know what you want to do with your life because we ask you what you want to be and all you say is happy, you know, like what do you want to do, what do you want to be? And I was like, I want to be happy, you know, and happiness leads to so many other amazing things. You know, there are rich people who aren't happy. There are rich people who cannot find the joy in anything. And I never desired, you know, to have actual like tangible, specific tangible riches. I always just desired happiness, true, genuine happiness. And I feel like I experience that so often. And this is just my secret to happiness. Simply put, my secret to happiness is to live a life of full gratitude. Living a life of gratitude is my secret of happiness. And what do I mean by living a life of gratitude? When I say living a life of gratitude, I mean like when you can look at something and you can find the beauty in it. You can find the joy in every moment. That is a feeling of happiness. It's almost like seeing a beautiful dress or like a beautiful anything you love, whether it's clothes, shoes, houses, cars, fabric, nature, anything. When you see something beautiful, that feeling that you get when you are truly in awe of something, that feeling that you get, that's true happiness. And when that feeling can last longer and longer and longer and longer, that is when you know you are truly happy. So when you live a life of gratitude, each and every moment you can find something beautiful in each and every moment, and that will continuously bring you happiness. So that's the guide to happiness, you guys. Living a life of gratitude, finding something you are in awe of as often as possible, finding something beautiful in every single moment of the day, even in what may be considered not such a good time or a bad time or whatever. Find something beautiful in it, and that is true happiness. Okay? Relax and be grateful for whatever. Peace and light. Follow your spirit. Unapologetically follow your spirit no matter what. If your spirit says to go, go. If it says to stay, stay. If it says to release something or someone, release it unapologetically. Follow that feeling, follow that vibe. My grandmother used to say, follow your first mind, which is your spirit. Follow it because it will never lead you wrong. No matter whose feelings are hurt, no matter who's sad about it, no matter who's worried, concerns, who doubts it, never ever doubt your spirit. Always follow your spirit, please, and be unapologetic about it. Peace and light, y'all. Peace and light, y'all. So I wanted to share the top 3 lessons that I've learned since I've been here in Bali. Lesson number 1, truly follow your spirit. Listen to your spirit. Like, your spirit knows any and everything that you are supposed to and meant to do in this world. It knows which way you should go. It knows all of your personal do's and don'ts. Follow your spirit. That's lesson number 1. And I know it's easier said than done. It takes a lot of work to know and understand how to listen to your spirit. And I posted videos about it. I'll post more videos about it. But you'll get there. Lesson number 2, the key to true happiness is having moments of gratitude, living a life of gratitude, and having those moments come more frequently and last longer and longer. That's lesson number 2. Lesson number 3, you are enough. You're enough. That's it. Peace and light, y'all. And that was it, you guys. It was just that simple. And I feel like we hear time and time again how simple life is, but honestly, it truly is just that simple. Following our spirit, living in gratitude, identifying our purpose by knowing for sure that we are all healers. We all heal in one way or another. We all help people and heal people, whether you are just smiling at someone, whether you are actually doing some root work, some herb work, whatever. You are a healer. But what method do you use to heal people? That is your purpose. As I watch this man work in the rice paddies day in and day out, to him it may be a job, but what he is doing is healing, because this rice that he grows feeds the entire community. And I really just watched him daily work and heal, and I learned so much more about community, about people, about nature, about earth, about God, and about myself. I came into myself in a way that I didn't know I could, and I discovered me. I believe that my purpose, and not just believe, I know for sure that my purpose is to heal. I am a healer, and I use various holistic health practices to heal not only myself, but others as well. That's who I am, and that's what I contribute, and that's what I'll be bringing, and I'll bring more of it.